The Minister of Justice in Canada, she's an Indian, by the way, I have to tell you that, because she's now trying to change the country in terms of the laws to go with her culture. And she now has a 300-page document of change with regard to laws and jury selection and so on, because recently there was a case in Saskatchewan where a man mistakenly shot an Indian youth, and he went to court and he was successful. He won. He was innocent, and she's upset about that. Her and a bunch of other commie, politicians in Canada, and they're saying, well, that's not right. It's kind of like John Wayne, give him a fair trial and hang him, right? And so she's taken that side, and how dare you do that? I mean, you can't call that fair because the outcome wasn't the outcome that I wanted. And so now she's saying, that we're going to reform jury selection. And attorneys, litigators, they're looking at this saying, yikes, you can't do this. I mean, this is wrong. I couldn't begin to share all 300 pages and the impact with you in such a short time here that we have, but it's just wrong. I mean, laws should be the same for everyone. You can't go and select people because of their color. I mean, she's a racist. I mean, first and foremost, people say she's just an Indian. She's not Indian. She's a racist. I mean, everyone should be treated the same. If you're now having to come up after 160 or 70 years or whatever it is, a confederation in Canada, and just now you're coming up with a 300-page amendment, does that mean that every case up to now has been done incorrectly? Is that what you're suggesting? That's a little bit frightening. 150 Liberal Party donors recently attended a fundraiser for the Prime Mistake in Canada, and the Prime Mistake said this is a strong voice for progressive change in this country. Progressive, of course, means communist, change, liberal change, and he says, I recognize in the audience that people represent the country's success, people who have succeeded in the country, right? Tickets were $1,500 if you were over 35 years of age, and $750 for anyone under that age. What is that about? What does that even mean? I mean, I'm 34, so I get in for half price. I'm 35, I gotta pay double. I mean, who's the marketing person on that one? I mean, that's pretty dumb. Now, these people that have succeeded, I mean, they've really only succeeded in getting corporate welfare all of these years, because virtually everybody in the room is living off the taxpayer, right? Fill out another form and you get another check in the mail. And here's a guy that stood up. His name is Bronfman, and Bronfman family goes way back. They were bootleggers back in the 1930s, and they're very successful, worth billions and billions of dollars. And this one young Bronfman stood up and says, we have all bought in to believe this is the way, about the liberal agenda, okay? And he went on to say, times are tough now. There is so much of a very far-right agenda across the world: dictatorships, gun violence issues, and racism. I think he just called me a bunch of names because I'm right-wing, and I didn't think I was a racist. I certainly don't go out and kill people, and I'm not in favor of dictatorship. But here's a guy that his grandfather, maybe great-grandfather, Sam Bronfman, he got government money because he was in the liquor business legally in Canada, and it's considered to be the agriculture business. So you get all kinds of government grants, and then with that money, he produced all kinds of new product, went down to the border and sold to Al Capone illegally, and made a whole bunch of dough, right? And ever since then, all they do is fill out forms and get another check, as I've already said, and he's now standing up saying, let's all be liberal. Oh boy, I got words. I finally have figured it out. I'm jumping over to the United States of America now. You digest all that Canadian thing. All these intellectuals and these, the elite. We're led by the elite. Because even in a communist system, you have the elite, the people that make the decisions for all the little peons, the dumb little folks like us, okay? And the Bronfmans and the Trudeaus. I mean, that's them. They're the chosen, right? The chosen frozen. They shouldn't be allowed to even think. Certainly not for me. I finally did figure it out with regard to the United States of America. It's not about Trump. The press, it's not about him. It's about me. It's about you. I mean, we're the target. I mean, he's trying to clean up the swamp, but these people don't want the swamp cleaned up. Trump, he's just a person. He's a name, but we're really the target, the human noise. President Trump now has officially mandated that in 2020, in the census, the United States Census, that you will be asked if you're a citizen of America. And a whole bunch of Democrats are saying, that's not nice, you can't do that. California is even going to sue on that. Are you kidding me? United States of America. What part of that don't you get? I mean, to say, are you a citizen? Is that not okay? It's like going into Walmart. You see somebody wearing Walmart on their coat and you say, do you work at Walmart? Duh. Hey, I'll come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.